theatergoers! Welcome to another episode of the Pop Corny Podcast. I am your host, Ghostbusted Joe, and my little buddy, Baby Slimer. And now introducing from the center seat in the theater, it's the Metal Geek and Ever So Spiffy. What's going on, guys?
What's going on?
Hey, guys!
What's going on, theater crew? How's it going? Everyone's busting down Demogorgons, busting down Vecnas, busting down Demo Bats, right? Running up that hill. There you go, Joe, right?
So
we're running up that hill, people.
Gotta get that bandana on and run up the hill.
Yeah.
So,
no, that was... Yeah, so... Yeah,
we just finished part 2 of Stranger Things Season 4. So, guys, you want to break down part 2, Geekums?
Yeah, so a lot of shit has happened in part 2 right now. Papa is no longer alive now, so...
Yeah.
Or is he?
Never known.
What's your opinion on Papa right now, Joe?
I think he died.
You think Papa's dead, or?
Yeah, I think he died. There's no way you could fake someone getting shot like that. I don't think that was a. I don't think that was a Tic Tac shooting you, hitting a fake narcoleptic needle. That was a bullet. That was a ging. He's dead.
What do I think? Maybe he has disappeared for a little while. Maybe we'll see him. We think he's alive. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm saying alive. I'm leaning towards more of alive.
Let's go on.
No. So what's everybody think in the chat right now? If you want to think that if Papa's still alive or if he's dead, just let us know in the comments right now below, because like I said, a lot has happened. Can we just talk about that finale, Joe? That finale was probably the most epic TV episode I think I've ever seen in my entire life. I swear. I mean,
it was like, it really felt like we were at the movies without going to the theater and paying $12. You know, like I really seriously felt like, wow, this is a real. If they wanted to make us feel like we were at the movies, it truly was something.
Yes. So the jocks were on the hunt for the Hellfire Club as well.
Yeah. They were totally on the lookout for the Hellfire Club. And like...
Eddie Munson was definitely a major target for them.
Oh, big time. They were gunning for him, man. They were really gunning, right, Spiffy? They were really gunning for him. Like,
yeah, they kind of just went after them there, and where I felt like, wow, the jocks are such jerks. They played like the perfect back then jockey feel, like how every guy in sports thought they were tough and a badass, and they were just really ripping in on them, and it was just like, wow, really portrayed nicely. I mean, I guess in school, hey, it based it on the real life thing. I mean, wow.
Yeah, and not only that, they were also after Lucas as well, because Lucas betrayed them. Because they found out about it too. So that's one thing that they were probably pissed off about, because they were definitely gunning for Lucas as well.
Yeah, they done it in for Lucas. Totally.
Like it always makes you want to, when you see stuff like that, you automatically go back to when you're in high school with the kids that were the jocks and then going after the nerds and stuff like that. That's all. The only thing I could think is, oh man, that's like
typical jock. Yeah,
I was a swimmer, so I kind of like had to deal with that, but I didn't have to deal with that. But it was kind of like, yeah.
So you want to talk about that finale now, Joe, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, you
well,
want
totally.
You want to talk? Go ahead.
Pretty much, Sam and what's his name were in the attic. Lucas were in the attic, and
they were going to hunt out
because they didn't want Vecna to know they were there. So they were writing on cards. They were like, How are you? I'm good. I think I am. And then she decided to just start talking. Like, nyeh, 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 like that. Must start talking to get his attention. And wait, you know the rest, Geekums. You can.
No, they actually found Vecna first because, like, Lucas's sister actually found Vecna first because she saw the light flickering, the little lamp on the downstairs, and she wrote Vecna.
Yeah.
You want to elaborate that, Joe, or
Yeah, like the sister found him on a lamp, and she didn't want to talk to get Vecna all riled up, so she pretty much wrote it on a card, and then had them follow the light flickering to know where Vecna was, so the kids knew where to go and stuff like that. Am I right, Geek?
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
they want to create attention towards Vecna, and then it got towards a little weary because she wanted to she just wanted to lure. There was time where she was going to lure him in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she was going to lure him in, so this way the other team could do what they had to do to Vecna.
Yeah. And then what else happened? What happened at the end of that, Geekums?
What happened?
Next.
Vecna. So then she actually went in a trance, and then she ended up at her prom.
Hmm.
I don't know if you remember that. So,
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah, she ended up at a prom, and then like stuff
It took
started.
her back to her prom. Yeah.
Yeah,
But 11 was in a different location trying to get to her. So she would get in the middle of the whole thing trying to help her. And she was at a scene where Max was about what, 13? Was it 13 she was?
yeah.
And she kept seeing something above like a DJ equipment and didn't understand why. Right?
Yeah, she was at I think she was at her prom.
Yeah.
Yeah, at a school dance.
The school dance, that was it. She was at her school dance, and then like stuff started exploding at her. Like, what do you think that was, Joe? Was that blood or was that
I think that was blood.
that was blood, right?
Yeah. It was blood.
It was getting a little bit creepy. I felt very, very like Freddy Krueger vibes from that. I felt like, Nightmare on Elm Street and
A
a little bit.
1980s horror movie, if you will.
Yes, exactly. Like a little bit of Carrie mixed in there too. I don't know if you're right.
Like Friday the 13th, Freddy Krueger.
You remember the scene when Carrie was at her prom, and then the blood got all over her. The kids picked on her, and she got the blood. That's kind of like what the remnants of that scene remind me of.
Yep. Totally. Like, I don't know. I just feel that if they did not make Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street back in the 80s, that's what Freddy Krueger would have looked like, what Vecna looks like.
So you're saying if you looked what he would look like in today's era, you would look like Vecna pretty much.
Oh yeah, no yellow, no
100%.
no red
100%.
T-shirt, no Christmas T-shirt, no freaking fedora. He would look like that with the dreadlocks and the bald head.
There was all
the claws. That would have been his claws. That would have been his glove.
Mm-hmm.
It was also that scene. I believe that was the first time when Millie Bobby Brown actually saw her. Saw him in the full makeup and everything like that. That was actually the first.
You.
No. And no, this was real life. I think she actually started to cry.
Oh, definitely.
I would have.
I don't know if you
sure.
heard. Did you hear about that, Joe? When this was like the first time she saw him in the makeup and everything. She literally started to cry, and she got freaked out.
No, I didn't know that.
You didn't hear about that? I could have sworn you heard about that. I think I might have messaged that to you.
Well, she was a young kid, so most kids get a little startled by something that is scary. Right, Spiffy?
For sure. For sure. I mean, I do not recommend children watching horror movies, but
Yeah.
at that time, like, while our parents were growing up watching those films, it was just like your typical 1980s horror back in the day, pretty much. So I
Yep.
think they wanted to make it about um, all that stuff because they threw it back way, way, way back in the 80s and they wanted to give it that 1980s feel. I liked how they went with that because, again, if you notice history, it just goes around it repeats itself. So it's like a circle. So they're like, while they were creating Stranger Things, they were like, okay, let's go push it back a little bit and go back to the 1980s
Yeah.
Did you
and
guys
make it about that story that
What's up?
took place.
What's up,
Mhm.
Geekums?
do you guys have it vibes or no?
A little bit. As I keep telling you, they keep saying, "Oh, they're done. This is going to be over after season 5." I'm
I would
starting to.
say a little bit of it vibe. I mean, a little bit.
With the
Because
balloons and everything?
With the blood, yeah.
With the balloons,
yeah,
a little bit of it in there, I believe that's the type of vibes I got from that scene with the with the blood and everything. But yeah, so that I mean a little bit maybe some Freddy Krueger, a little bit of Carrie. I mean, just 1980s horror is just that's the way I saw it right now.
for sure. For
Oh,
sure.
for sure.
100%.
Yeah, totally. I think they took a little bit of everything from the horror movies that we knew from the 80s for this scene. A little bit of Carrie, a little bit of Freddy, a little bit. I don't know where they would get the Jason. I guess the way he walks really slow, probably.
Who said Jason? Was that you or Spiffy? I believe that was you.
I think it was me.
Yeah.
And me. I kind of agree to that as well. That Jason and Freddy feel.
So anyway, so yeah, so she was all freaked out in that scene, and what happened was
Big time.
what happened was Vecna showed up to that party. So then Vecna is about to get her, right?
Yeah.
And basically had her against the wall with the claw, right?
Yeah.
I got pretty much an alien vibe from that.
Yeah.
Did you get an alien vibe when she said, "Stay away from her, you bitch"?
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely. I felt like Alien versus Predator, like those movies with that alien
What's Sigourney Weaver? It's kind of
with Sigourney Weaver. I kind of got those vibes where like those sci-fi movies a little bit.
Yeah. I think that I got that a little bit.
Joe, you all right, man? All
Great.
right.
I'm good.
And a little bit of Marvel as well, because if you think about it with Vecna, he had that sick obsession for spiders, and his love of spiders just totally brought me to that Venom vibe.
That wasn't really Vecna. That was Henry. Henry
Yeah,
was the one
well,
who Henry
well,
was
if
the
you
one
think
who
about
really
it, Vecna admitted, like, the Henry is Vecna. Vecna is Henry.
Yeah, but the thing is, Anakin Skywalker is Darth Vader, so they're
Exactly. It's the same thing.
They're two different people. They're two different people, basically.
Geek, right now, someone's mad at you. They're like kicking the wall. I didn't see that in the Star Wars series. No.
No, but anyway, so Anakin is Darth Vader, so Darth Vader is Anakin Skywalker. But
Somebody in England
but
is absolutely crying because you spoiled the entire series of Star Wars for them right now. No.
God.
so anyway, like I'm saying,
Yes,
Henry was definitely obsessed with spiders growing up as a kid. He loved spiders so much, and that him and the Mind Flayer became he was the one that created the Mind Flayer. Basically, like the Mind Flayer was just particles of smoke. That's all the Mind Flayer was. He molded the Mind Flayer into this big, giant spider with his powers and everything like that. So the
And
Mind
he
Flayer.
molded this big giant spider, which became Vecna.
Yep.
Well,
The
that's
Mind
how
Flayer.
Vecna was born.
So
That
you
Freddy
got
Krueger
so
meets
pretty much
Venom vibe.
he got um Max, and she started floating. And this part, everybody in the world that's watching it got totally sad when Max started breaking. I was like, oh, geez.
Oh my man, we were watching this at like 10 o'clock at night. Show was over by 12:30, by the way. So we were watching it. We were on the edge of our seat throughout this part, throughout the whole finale, by the way. The entire finale, we were just freaking out about the whole finale. How great and well done it was. How great every single actor in Stranger Things was. Everyone in Stranger Things definitely deserves an Academy Award.
Oh yeah. If they don't get it for
Definitely.
this season, I'm
Definitely.
sorry.
Yeah, or an Emmy or something. They should definitely make up, design something. They all. This is not just a television show. This is an actual movie that people are invested in. So they deserve something.
Yeah. If they don't give them an Academy Award for this season, I don't know.
Yeah, and if you're so invested into it, especially if you're like a diehard fan, because things that are trending now, they should really push it over the edge and be like, hey, we're running with this. We're going to give this the biggest Academy Award there ever was. Like, it should be nominated for everything, especially if you're a diehard fan.
This season was the most expensive series. Well, this season alone was the most expensive season ever produced in television.
You mean in its entirety?
No. Just this season alone. Season 4 was probably about $30 million. $30 million they spent on this entire season.
Geek,
Cha-ching!
Geek can afford that. Geek can pay for that. Geek, you pull your credit card and pay for that. You get the money.
$30 million
$30 million.
for this entire season.
Sounded like someone from our podcast past right there. Opposite universe.
Advocate universe.
But yeah, so she started breaking apart. 11 saved her, and then the big moments in this season when the big moments in the season. One of my favorite moments right now, Eddie playing Master of the Puppets on top of the house.
That rocked so much. We nailed it too. I was like, whoa. Everybody wondered what was going to be played on that guitar. And you know what? To be honest with you, I was either thinking Raining Blood or the Master of Puppets.
I was thinking he was going to do the other Metallica song that's well known, "Seek and Destroy."
That would have been great.
That would have been cool too.
A lot of people in the comments, like the chats, was saying, "Oh, he should have played Run to the Hills by Iron Maiden."
Yeah, it would have been cool.
But it would have been cool.
I thought, because remember Metallica back in those days, guys. Metallica was a very big feature in the rock. Like if you have a dad and he didn't have either Master of Puppets 1 or Kill 'Em All in his like CD collection, your dad wasn't really rocking in the 80s.
No.
He wasn't really rocking in the 80s if he didn't have that in his collection. Because, well, if like you're mixed like me, because my dad's a DJ, your son had the T-shirt, he had the CD, yep, and that song that one in Heroes, that would have been another good song that they could have played by Metallica. Heroes.
That's another really good song they should have played. They should play "Number of the Beast."
Yeah, I know them. Yeah, I know.
By Iron Maiden. It made a lot of sense because you're dealing with beasts right there. You know what I mean? Evil and everything. So, Run to the Hills would be great. Run to the hills. No, I can't sing it.
I'll copyright.
I'll get copyright.
That's what I was thinking too. They should have did that on the guitar. It would have been awesome too. Run for the Hills. Oh. But I still think Master of Puppets. Oh,
That song, as soon as it started, tell me the
epic.
truth, guys. When that song started, did you get automatically go into your heavy metal when you're a teen? I was like, yes. I was singing every word when they started playing it.
Yeah.
I'm not singing the words.
Oh
I'm
my
not getting
god, I was literally off
But
my seat.
But then again,
Literally.
it does make sense on the terms of Stranger Things and what's going on, because Vecna is the master of the puppets, because the puppets are the people.
I think that's why they portrayed that song for Vecna. I think that
Uh-huh.
was done on purpose a little bit. Because they knew. Because think about it. When he was on that big thing with those spider arms coming out of him like that, come on. Why not play Master of Puppets for that?
Master puppet. So
Because he's on like he was going like this.
yeah,
He was hanging by his spidey legs.
that, and I believe we did lose a member of the cast. If you want to talk
Yeah.
about that,
Oh, for sure. For sure.
a great member of the cast, Joe. You know who I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Everybody's hero, man. It's so sad.
You want to talk? If you want to talk a little bit about Eddie,
We
that's
lost Eddie, man, a hero. He's my 80s hero right there, man.
He
He
is.
saved the world and he saved the town. Like, he said, "No, I got it," and they're like, "No, no." And what seems like Justin's like, "No, no, don't do it, don't do it." And he jumped down and he took off on the bike, took off, and then all of a sudden he put on a good fight. He didn't just let them all just surround him and destroy him. He had his shield and he was whacking them, and they would come down and get him. He whacked him, and they went down. He whacked them, and they went down. He whacked them, and then they finally got him. And then Dustin was freaking out. But then did anybody of you guys notice Dustin broke his leg?
no, I did not notice that.
Yes, well, he
He
cringed.
did. I noticed it. I did.
I think he broke or sprained his leg because he was like limping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Trying to save him and everything.
Yeah.
yeah, I want to talk a little bit about Eddie and this scene, because Eddie, a lot of people are not going to say this, but Eddie was a coward.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the show,
In the beginning, yeah, he portrayed a very good coward character.
He was a coward throughout the whole series, and he ran away right when he heard about Chrissy. Right away when it's like, about right about when he found out people were after him, he wasn't going to go there and fight. He was running. And he said in the finale, he's like, "I'm not going to run anymore. That's it. I'm going to die like a man." And that's what Eddie did. He became a hero to let the group destroy Vecna. He distracted them so they could go after Vecna with the bats and everything. So, Eddie, man, you're a hero. So, just want to let you know, man.
Biggest hero ever.
And
for that, he is
80s
such a
hero.
hero.
80s hero right there, saving the world, one rock song at a time.
Yep.
That's it.
He
Eddie
was so
amazing. And then they burnt Vecna. He went out the window. The kids thought the show was over. Max was on the ground and she's, "I can't see or feel." What's the name called? Call the ambulance. Call the ambulance. And the sister's calling the ambulance. And then her heart stops, and then you see the lava separating the town from the upside down to when they start opening, and everything starts going haywire.
Yeah, because it only required 4 sacrifices for Vecna for the upside down to come into Hawkins, merge into Hawkins. So it only took 4 sacrifices, even though they did say Max's heart stopped for a minute. That was still a sacrifice. It was still a sacrifice. That was just enough for him to creep through the portal.
But he's still. They went outside to look to go get him, and he was gone.
You know why he's gone now?
So he's in the upside down.
No, he's in Hawkins now. I think he's in Hawkins. That's my.
I think he's turned into somebody. He's incognito.
It could be incognito.
But yeah, but like when
because I could see him going back and forth between the portal. Like, is he in Hawkins? Is he in the other realm? It's something to think about.
Now, my question to you guys is: when Max said, "I can't see or feel anything," did you guys get any Victor Creel vibes or no? When he said, "I can't see or feel anything."
I heard some people talking on YouTube saying that the reason why she couldn't see and hear, Vecna, when he takes your thing, he takes away all your memories and he takes them to himself. He's eating you. He eats you alive.
Yes, I did hear that. Like, he just wants to suck the life out of. Like, you're there, but you're not really. And it's like, that's why they're asleep. They're just like asleep in their world. But in Vecna's world, they're like with him. And they just want to drain everything out of you on the other end.
My quick question for you: when the series is over, when they kill Vecna, all the people that died on the show, are they going to come back to life and have to be like, well, why are we buried under the ground?
Who said they killed Vecna?
How would they not kill Vecna? Vecna is. Why do you want to kill everybody, Geek? You're mean.
The question is for you guys.
Now you know Vecna doesn't win.
Every villain has a weakness. If you think about it.
Vecna's weakness is music.
Yep. Think about that.
Vecna's
so you have to figure out a way. Like in every superhero movie, every superhero finds their victim's weakness.
I told you, Vecna's weakness is music. Running up that hill, right? Or Master of the Puppets.
Yep.
But
is it really? Because they went around taking those alcohol bottles, lighting them on fire, and literally throwing them at Vecna.
Who says he's dead?
So trying to find your enemy's weakness?
Yeah, but who says
everything has a weakness?
But who says that Vecna is dead? The portal opened, if anybody didn't forget.
He's weak. He's not dead, Lance.
He's not dead. The portal opened when he got burned alive.
But if you really think, he has other arms, so maybe one of his arms detached and the DNA from that procreated and made Super Vecna. I don't know.
So you're saying
it could happen.
You're saying he's merged with the Mind Flayers,
or his arm grew back, or something.
I say he's not dead. I say he went through the portal. I say he went through the portal because you think about it this way. It seemed a little easy just to defeat Vecna through fire. A little easy to me. I don't think this guy is just defeated by fire.
Yeah, but if you think about it, they're portraying it as any other superhero. Like, think about it. Like Star Wars. How many times did villains come back in Star Wars and in Marvel movies? They claim that they're dead, but are they really? Are they saving it for the other series?
There's so many theories that are going on right now. I like some people say that Vecna is the Mind Flayer. I still don't buy that Vecna is the Mind Flayer. I still buy that. I still buy that Vecna is still alive. He went through the portal. He's no longer in the Upside Down because the Upside Down is now is merged in with Hawkins. So I believe that Vecna is now in Hawkins right now as we speak. So.
Well, there are two worlds because this is Hawkins, this is Vecna's world. So
the Upside Down.
It's like
about
the hourglass. Down. He could probably go through like that.
He's injured, so he wouldn't be just walking around like la-di-da, I'm here. He'd be limping. limping
Remember,
around.
he's a super villain. He's a super villain. He can do whatever he wants, Joe.
You'll
He
be
could heal,
limping.
he could heal himself if he wanted to, really.
Be limping geekums.
What does everybody think in the chats? What do you think Vecna is doing? Is he dead or alive? Let's see.
But anyway, I still think that Vecna's still alive. So, I mean, like I said, he is in Hawkins right now. And he's hunting down more people, more victims to join his crew. I still think Billy is still alive somewhere.
Yeah.
I still think in Vecna's world, I still think Billy's still alive, and we just haven't seen him yet.
But is everybody truly alive if you think about it? Going back to season 1, they killed off Barb.
Yeah,
she's still alive.
Barb's still alive though because she's still being haunted by Nancy.
I could see that a possibility.
Because Vecna and some people still believe that Vecna was around since season 1. I don't know if anybody believed that.
He was there.
I believe Vecna was around since season 1.
Yeah.
Because if you go down to the underground, you can definitely see that you can see everybody sleeping.
Yeah.
Going back. So
you personally think, Geek, that they're not gonna? Why would you do that to the people that we've been seeing since season 1? You want them all to die. Geekins, you're mean.
You need to give them a chance to live a little bit, like
Geekins.
getting to know the character, if you will.
I just feel it's going to be a dark ending. I just feel that it's going to be an Infinity War ending where nobody's going to survive this. I just don't think anyone's surviving because I mean, season 5 is supposed to be the end, and it's literally going to be the end.
Can't kill children. That's not cool.
But will that conclude in other spin-off series? If you think about that,
I still think
would it conclude in like Insidious or other horror / sci-fis that will continue on and will make spin-offs?
I still think we're going to get a Vecna series because I still think we still haven't really learned about him yet. They just gave us little pieces of him. I still think a Henry Creel series is in the line from the Duffer Brothers.
I wouldn't be surprised if you get one, like you just said, like that, or they get one more about Papa.
Papa would be a nice series, though, if they did it.
Papa.
Papa would be an amazing addition.
I'd call it
Papa. Papa would be a great series. I would still love to see more about Eleven's sister, to be honest with you. Because
I wish they would make probably a spin-off about 11 because I think 11, she grew on me and she became one of my most favorite characters out of any of them because she just has that resignation that just stuck with me. Like how she lit up the screen and her story, and it just really amazed me how Elle came to be. You know, with her powers and her ability to live with that.
she came from one.
She did come from one.
She came from one. She was not born. She was a clone from one, like an experiment. So, basically, she is the good version of one. She's like, he is the super villain. She is the superhero. Exactly what Mike said.
So where you have 1 was bad, you have 11 good.
It's good. Good. Yeah, exactly.
And where that comes in, I guess that's why he didn't hurt her.
Yeah.
He was kind of protecting her.
No, he wanted her to join her because he knew how powerful she was.
Exactly. But in the end, she realized that he was using her for that purpose.
Exactly. You were right.
And then she decided to say, hey, not my comfort zone. You just want to use me for my power. That ain't happening.
And she said, "Do you think that L is responsible for the upside down, or do you think that was there before?"
I
Well,
think it was always there, to be honest.
I saw something and then I started thinking, oh my gosh, what if this happens? What if Elle has to sacrifice herself at the end of in the last episode of season 5?
Oh, that would be so hard
I
for me.
I thought about that too, dude. Because think
Freaked
about
out. I was like, oh my god.
I would not be ready to say goodbye to Elle because she's like,
That's
oh,
like
she
everybody's
makes the
feeling.
show. She makes the show.
I have a
100% makes the show.
I somewhat have a feeling that's one of the reasons where the show is going to go. I have a feeling, Joe, a strong feeling that if if the show really truly is ending, like True Blood, you have to kill off a main character. True Blood,
Could be as much as it hurts. Yes, you do have to kill off a main character,
in
but
the end, True Blood, they
it's the
killed.
kind of character you want to kill off. You have to say, could it be Will? Could it be 11? Could it be Mike?
I don't think they would kill Mike.
I think
Maybe my dad, as my dad told you, Geek. Remember, he said he thinks that Will's can like part of it. You know what I mean? The bad
no.
side.
I was going to say something before the guys cut me off. I still think they're gonna. I still think they're gonna kill off a main character, just because in True Blood, the end of True Blood, they killed off Tara, and they killed off Bill.
They almost already killed off Max, so that's almost a kill, Geek. It's
That's
almost a
almost
kill.
yeah. So I mean, for people that say, "Oh, they're not gonna kill main characters," I'm gonna say the show is almost over. Nobody is safe anymore.
No,
Nobody.
just like The Walking Dead, same thing. They killed
All the main,
everyone basically off that show.
they killed all the main characters off The Walking Dead. They killed Carl. They killed Glenn. I mean, everybody's pretty much dead off The Walking Dead. So I mean, to be honest with you, when as the show gets towards the end of the series, it's like there's no need, because I mean they need the shock, like the writers need the shock value now, so they will kill off a main character off the show, and I think that's the way that they're heading towards the end. Like they were, I mean, Eddie wasn't really a main character, sort of say, but he was a very lovable character, and people loved Eddie. So if they killed off Eddie, and they killed off Barb, and they killed off Ed, for example. So who knows what else they're going to kill off in season 5? Season 5 is the end of the series, so that's drawing towards they're not afraid to kill off somebody in season 5.
I mean, I kind of agree with you, Geek, but in my eyes, I really think they should really push to get to know characters like Eddie and Barb. Not give them just, oh, we're going to put you in a role for a little while. We're going to get to know you for a little bit. But we want to see and hear their story.
Whatever happened to the actress that played Barb? Did she just leave acting, or is she still in character parts?
Barb. I have no idea because they didn't give them enough time to get to know Barb. You see, like when Barb first appeared in season 1, she was portraying herself, oh, I'm Nancy's friend. Okay? They didn't really give her a chance to really tell Barb's story in the show. They were just being like, oh, this is Nancy's friend. Don't go to your boyfriend's house. Like, you know what I mean? Kind of thing. She was looking out for Nancy and all that other stuff. So we know only very little about Barb because she only resonated through Nancy. If you think about it, she was her friend. They didn't, that's all we know. Oh, she's just Nancy's best friend. Like, we didn't get enough time to really get to know Barb, which really kind of struck me a little bit because I really wanted to hear Barb's story a little bit and get to know Barb as a character truthfully, as well as Eddie
Would you
and
want to see
everyone
a Barb
else.
side story? I would love to see a Barb side
Hey,
story.
Alex! Thank you.
He's okay. He doesn't rule. He's sort of like rolls and lays on the ground and then forgets what he's doing.
No, but I still think like Joe was saying earlier about Will. I think Will and maybe Vecna are still connected somehow because Will was in the Upside Down in the first season.
If you really think about that one, Geek, you may be onto something there because going back, rewinding to the first season, um, you probably are right about Mike and Vecna having that connection that we don't know about yet.
Not Mike,
Because
Will.
yeah,
You said
well,
you said Mike. It was Will.
Will and Vecna, um, I can kind of see that because if you notice, he always goes for his neck in the back. And he's like, wait a minute, I feel something, so maybe Vecna's back. So when they did that indication, it's like in every season of Stranger Things, you always see the neck touch like that. Like, ooh, or I get the chills. So I think you're onto something there. I
I
really do.
I don't think him and Vecna are connected. I think him and the Mind Flayer might be connected just because when during season 2 or 1, I believe Will saw him in his dreams, the Mind Flayer, him coming out of his nose and through his mouth and everything. I
Yeah,
don't
because when
know.
Will first disappeared, um, that was a whole new level. They were always looking for him. And I remember back in season 1, they were like, hey, where is he? Where is he? And then he came back. And then they're like, hey, we're not going to kill him off yet. We have to make him a character. Even though he was missing for a little bit, he finally came back. And then season 2, and then 3, and then you have 4.
Season 2, he was you could see the Mind Flayer in his dreams, and you could see it. He was
Yeah, and
coming.
it all made sense from there.
And then when you see it in season 4
Mm.
unfold now that okay, the Mind Flayer originally was not a giant spider. It was just like a dust particle. And Henry decided he was going to mold it into a spider because he was just fascinated with spiders and how much he loves spiders. So, I
His
mean,
love of spiders, resonated with that, and that's how he created that spider.
the Mind Flayer spider, yeah,
Hmm.
especially especially the form of the Mind Flayer we saw in season 3 when that big mold of people. That was probably Will. I'm not Will. That was probably Vecna as well, or Henry.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Just molding people into like a spider because he's just fascinated with spiders and how much he loves spiders. So
Yeah, and how he actually um fed on people. He
So,
used people as the resignation
so
for
you
his
guys
love.
have any predictions for season 5? Like, what do you want to see, or what you think is gonna happen, guys?
Wow.
all right. So
You
I think I think I think Will and the Mind Flayer are connected.
I would say the same thing.
That's
I
what
mean, going back to season 1, I mean, they have a special connection, so maybe they are connected.
do you think? Do you
Maybe
think? Sorry, go ahead.
it's okay. I think we'll possibly see some new characters in season 5 because they always have a way of adding new characters, even though they kill them off right away. Maybe let's hope some of them will stay, and we can maybe get a story out of them as well and get to know them. Who knows?
Another thing, do you think Vecna was around for season 1? Like,
I feel that,
do
yes.
you think he was in hunting Will throughout
He
the
just
first?
never came to be it.
You never saw his face. You just saw, because the thing is, everyone says, "Oh, the Demogorgons took Will." Do you think it was the Demogorgons, or do you think Vecna took him?
It was Vecna.
It was probably Vecna, because everyone said, "Oh no, it's like it couldn't be the Demogorgons, because the Demogorgons can't really." Can they open doors? I don't know. I don't know if they can open doors. I don't think that.
Remember you said in Jurassic Park the raptors can't open the door and then click, 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 click.
Yeah, exactly.
Doorknob.
You have that, and you have the Demodogs. You know that.
Yeah.
But you know.
Well, honestly, I think the Demogorgons portray a dog. Like, they're smart. They're like doggy human like. And I can't put together what actually a Demogorgon is. Or what we all know it eats humans, like, and other things, but what actually is a Demogorgon? Is it like a flower slash dog slash
It's a
human?
monster. Demogorgon is a monster. That's what it is. Exactly, a monster.
Yeah, but what is it portraying to be? Like, you kind of look at it, is it like a flower? Is it like
A Demogorgon is
human?
something out of Resident Evil.
Weird.
It's something out of Resident Evil, in my honest opinion. Something that was created in the lab. But, you know, but
Or
hopefully,
your nightmares, probably.
hopefully, eventually, we'll get more clearly what the Demogorgon was. Maybe Henry created the Demogorgons in a way. You don't know. As a humanoid creature, maybe they were formed from Demodogs, but he turned them into more humanoid creatures. You never know. So we'll have to wait.
Be. Or it could be a dog plant human.
We'll have to wait.
Like
and
an
see.
imaginary scary, you know, like how they have kids have imaginary friends. Well, they can make up imaginary things like a Demogorgon. I don't know.
But yeah, so
Who knows?
but like I said, it's like season 5. I really hopefully has to top. Hopefully season 5 is topped, because season 4 was absolutely amazing. So
It really was.
it's probably the best season of a TV show I think I've ever seen. I've said this before, and hopefully season 5 they top it with season 5. So Joe, you want to do closing moments?
I personally think that, as Spiffy said, we're gonna get some new characters. We'll probably learn a little bit more about Vecna and his rise. Probably gonna get a little more like idea what's he doing now. Not so much, so we don't reveal anything toward the ending. I want to know how many episodes are we gonna get? Is it gonna be like, if it has to be a season, so it's probably gonna be like 4 or 5 episodes.
They did say the last one's not going to be 2.5 hours. They said the finale. They did say the finale is not going to be, but they did joke around. They say, no, the finale is going to be about 3 days. No, but they were joking around. They said the finale is not going to be as long, 2.5 hours. We're going to try to cut it to maybe 2 hours at most. So
there goes your life. There goes life.
That's what the Duffer Brothers said in a, I think, Entertainment Weekly they were on, and they were just talking about.
They're like, so you want to be a fan of Stranger Things? So your life is ours now, some bitch.
All day, Stranger Things, all day, every day.
Drink that
We talk about it, right?
All day I dream about Stranger Things.
All right. So we're gonna get a season, but the sad thing about it is, guys, we have to wait to 2024 for this next season. How upset are you?
So hopefully they film it next summer, though.
But they can't, because they're filming Ghostbusters Afterlife 2. How are they going
to? Who said they're filming it? Not filming it this year? Are they just waiting on it?
Yeah, but do we have to wait 2 years? Oh my goodness.
Honestly, they're already filming it because they're filming it now, probably to edit it for next summer.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to film
That
it this year.
yeah,
They're
I
gonna
could
film
see
it
that
this-
happening too. Things take long to make.
and
I
then they're going to
guess.
film Stranger Things next summer, and then
Mhm.
edit it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Biffy, what are your closing thoughts? What do you think is going to happen in season 5?
Season 5. Oh, wow. I hope it is really, really good. I hope they put in more characters that hopefully we can get to know. Um, who knows? They'll probably be in high school, probably. I don't know. Like, I just want it to come fast as it is. I can't wait any longer. I'm going to be so excited and I just want to dive in. I'm so invested in this show that it has me wanting to watch it all over again after we do this live. I mean, just being invested and it just makes you want more and more. And that's what I like about this show because it makes you want to go back for more and be like, yes, I can't wait any longer. Can this season come out fast enough? And it's like, it's just that great.
It's exciting because this show, I think this show has brought families together to watch things together. Like past few years that this series has been on, I can't even tell you how this show has really brought people together. Now when it's over, people are gonna be like, "Do I have to hang out with her? I still have to hang out with my family. Oh man, like damn it, yeah. Like no, to hang out with
It,
him again."
it's definitely a show that's like, you just want to watch more and more of it. It is definitely Netflix totally nailed that binge worthy, I want more feel. And they do say, hey, it's binge worthy, so I don't know. They know truly how to market that when they say binge worthy, because it is.
All right, I'm the Metal Geek.
I'm Ghostbuster Joe,
I'm ever so spiffy.
and we will catch you again in the theaters. See you later. 3, 2, 1, bye.